So we had the annual conference organized by Frontier Securities about capital raising and investment. I have the pleasure to have Mr. Peter Duhaime, CEO of Remicon, next to me. Thank you for joining.
I am not CEO of Remicon. I am General Manager Hera Holding and CEO of Hera Mining Services. The CEO of Remicon is Mr. Monk-Sourin. Okay. There was a mistake.
Thank you for the clarification then. And you are part of the Hera Holding Group. I mean,
General Manager.
General Manager. Yeah. So maybe the first question would be to present the main area of business of Hera.
Hera is a diversified company. Essentially, it started off as food distribution with importing beer. Now we import 1 container a day of white beer, Korean beer. We also have we sell and service heavy equipment from Hyundai, essentially, and Daewoo Tata from Korea. So those are the main projects that have the highest revenue for the company right now, and profits. Remicon is another division that's doing quite well now. We're #1 in the country in UB for concrete. Hera Equipment has 70% of the market cap in Mongolia. And Hera is distributing all over across the country on every single province. So that's it. We are now developing a whole bunch of other companies. Arzam was started in 2008, and now we've landed a 250 truck contract, a million ton per year transport contract of coal for 5 years. So that will become a big generator of revenues for the company. And we're getting into mining services, as I am a geologist and with a bit of experience in it over 30 years now. So we're looking at that. And the whole idea is to integrate all these things and profit from the growth of the country in many aspects. And there's lots of things that the country needs and that we're looking at doing strategic alliances with other companies from Singapore, Philippines, Australia.
And so about the future prospect, you are quite optimistic and positive about the country?
I enjoy development. I've said that for many years now, that's where I like to go. It's always a lot of fun to develop these things. And I have the opportunity with Hera to expand in many different directions at the same time.
More recently, there was a ban that was voted by the Parliament on the allocation of exploration license in mining activities.
Yes.
I mean, is Hera Group impacted to some extent by this ban?
No. In the whole, Hera has very little activities in mining right now. Okay. It's just starting. We're in this inception phase. Essentially, there's pros and cons to that. Mm-hmm. The cons, of course, is that new licenses are prohibited, so you can't get new licenses. On the other side, the people that have licenses are in control and can do a lot of things. So a lot of these things, we have a lot of clients. We service 25 mines in the country with our equipment, and so they want to go into expansion mode and all that because commodity prices are up. So we have lots of opportunities there. So and we have other people that are starting, and they have some good projects, and we're trying to organize and help them out on that as part of Hera investment.
Part of one of the problems of the country is the lack of infrastructure. I was wondering whether this fact was acting as an impediment to the activity of Hera Group, or whether it was more kind of opportunity, a boon for the group. And
well, it is a great potential of growth. There's many things that are lacking here, and we are identifying them, and we are. One of the problems here is the technological level of people. I mean, Mongolians are pretty well educated compared to other countries, but they don't have experience. So if you can identify some things that, if you're from a Western country, or like you say that they have all this, these different, I don't want to name them because we're working on them, but all those things are being identified, and we're creating strategic alliance with other people to get the expertise in and to develop it that way. I mean, for example, when I was project director for Western Prospector, and we had a whole bunch of generators, and there were problems with it. And this is like the heavy equipment. There's no facility here that services, does oil checks and analyzes it when you do your oil changes to tell you what is going wrong, because you can see it. Every component of the machine is made with different elements. And if there's too much of that in the oil, you know what the problem is. So oil is unfortunately a hazardous material to transport by plane, so it takes too long to send it anywhere, so no one does anything. We're getting it in. We're getting it in. All our personnel is qualified on Cummins. Cummins is going to do a strategic alliance. We're in the midst of organized strategic alliance with Cummins to service the line. We have the facilities. We bought a 7-acre parcel of land on the western side of the city, and it has 3 acres of buildings on it. So we can do a lot with that. And there's a whole bunch of different things that we can do inside of that.
With all the activities that you are stepping into, and about the needs as well to improve them, you have needs in terms of financing, and I wanted to know what is the best way, what is your strategy now to raise capital and to get access to this financing? Are you going to proceed to loans with the local banks, or are you going to raise capital on the stock exchange? What is the best strategy for your group?
Presently, what we are doing is everything according to our capacities. We're maxed out in bank loans right now. Heavy equipment takes a lot of it because we have to get the machinery over here, and clients give a certain percentage and we have to cover the rest, and then there's scheduled payments. So that takes a lot of the capital right there. The objective is to, right now, you know, the history of Harrier is quite young, and it's doing very good. It's in the top 50 in the country right now. It's doing it under its capacity. Right now we're looking to expand and to get equity and other bank loans possible from outside, and then to expand every single division, and then the bottom line is going to just improve. If we had more money, we would have a whole set of machinery from excavators and loaders here, instead of having the client had to wait for 3 months or 2 lead time to get the material. It would be in country. We would make sales much faster, and we would increase our sales. So they're starting looking for second hands instead of buying new. You know, those are the little problems that we're facing, and I wonder where we're addressing them.
Peter, thank you for your time, and thanks for the very comprehensive presentation that you gave this morning about Remicon. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.